Ugh, I finally got it working. Alright, I'll be quiet during the intro.
I realized the moment I fell into the fissure that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse. I've tried to speculate where it might have landed, but I must admit that such conjecture is futile. Still, questions about whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me. I know my apprehensions might never be allayed, and so I close, realizing that perhaps the ending has not yet been written.
Before we get started, I should probably give you a little background story here, just to give you some context. But there's a lot of detail here, so you gotta pay close attention. So, apparently you're this guy, and you live on this black space world. And one day, or night I guess, this book just drops out of the sky. And other than that, you really don't know anything about anything. If you don't get it, I'm saying the game doesn't give us any context. So, let's see what this is. So what do you do when you find a book with its own theme music? And its own moving pictures as well? Probably find a way to get rich off it somehow, right? No, you just touch the panel like a moron and fall into that place. So anyway, hi. This is my first attempt at a Let's Play series, which obviously means I have no idea what I'm doing here. So I appreciate your patience while I get the hang of this sort of thing. Now the game I'm playing here is realMYST, which is the 3D remake of Myst. Myst was made back in 1993, and realMYST was made in 2000, which means we can't really say it's modernized anymore. But I don't want to bore you with too many details, so let's start looking around and seeing what we can be seeing. Well, that book seems to have dropped us on this wooden dock here. And over here we see an unfortunate sunken ship that almost reached its destination. Either that or it went on a really short voyage. Over there on yonder hill, we see two non-interlocking gears. I don't know what the utility of that would be. And other than that, we got buildings, this obvious door, and some pine trees, and, you know, whatever else you'd expect to find on a desert island. The movement's very simple. It's all just here in the mouse. I just move my mouse to look around, click and hold to move forward. The right mouse button will actually move backward. That's my preferred way of moving around. Well, not really. But it did sound good. Anyway, I know you guys are eager to check out all these places up here, even if you've never actually played the game before, because I know you've at least seen the box. Everyone's at least seen the box. But I'm first gonna check out this door, because it's closest. Actually, no, let's go see all that stuff on the box first. No, we should go in here first. It's good to find the secret cave early in the game. Oh, it's hardly secret. Why do I feel short? Yeah, look at these stairs. Yeah, and I'm exactly as tall as the railing. Was I this short when I was outside? Maybe I have to get on my hands and knees to go downstairs. That doesn't even make sense. Okay, so the stairs lead down to this room with a pool, or a hot tub that's rather oddly placed. And there's a button here. Is it the jets maybe, or what? That's not what water does. Hold on. Yeah, this is very mysterious. I guess that's not really a surprise, is it? What else is in this room? Well, we can walk around the pool, but it just all appears to be decoration around here. Oh, but look at this. There's some kind of panel here. Well, I guess you can probably see that. I hope the HD encoding goes well. But I'll read it out loud anyway, because you might be driving and just listening. Anyway, it says, Settings, Dimensional Imager, Topographical Extrusion Test, 40. Marker Switch Diagram, 47. Water Turbulent Pool, 67. Oh wait, look at this, there's a little button up here. And it's already on 67. Hang on a second. 67 was the water turbulent pool. Okay, I think I can start to put the pieces together here. This is the control panel for the dimensional imager, which is this guy over here. And it's currently set to a water turbulent pool. So rather than this being actual water, this is just simply an image of water. And so you can actually change the setting. So why don't we do that? Oh, dang it, I forgot what were the settings? 40 and 47. Let's go in order, I guess. 40 would set it to a topographical extrusion test, whatever that is. Alright, so what is that? Okay, some kind of mountainous thing. Well, alright. Now I guess the word dimensional makes a little more sense. As opposed to just being able to generate a flat-looking pool, you can actually test the, the contour levels of dimensions. Oh yeah, the other one is 47, which was something. And by something, I mean marker switch diagram. Okay, so I guess this will tell us what a marker switch is. I guess I care what a marker switch is. It's that. That is a marker switch. It's some rotating stone block with a wooden block on top of it. And on top of that is a switch. Okay, cool. Alright, what? Well, it went away. Let's put it back. No, never mind, we've already seen this. And that's all the settings, so I guess we're out of here. Look at this cute little ladder here. Ooh. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. The reason this game is called realMYST is because the game is in real time. You actually have day and night and everything in between. So let's explore some more. Aha! Here we go. Here's one of those switch marker things. And there's the little switch. Just waiting to be switched. This is kind of fun. I'm glad this one isn't rotating, because otherwise we would have a moving target here. But, while it is fun to play with, I don't see how it serves any purpose at the moment. I guess I'll leave the switch up because it was down when I found it. So these stairs lead up to this ledge. Let's go over here. More steps. What is this? A piece of paper? It says, Catherine, I've left for you a message of utmost importance in our forechamber beside the dock. Oh yeah. Enter the number of marker switches on this island into the imager to retrieve the message. Oh yeah. Do I really want to see this? Anyway, yours, Atrus. Okay, well gee. That doesn't seem very secure at all. I mean, what's to stop any random John Doe that lands on the island from counting up these switches? Not saying that would ever happen, but we already found one. Now we found two. Okay. So I found two marker switches. I'll just keep turning them up as I find them, just because, I don't know, it's fun. Yeah, so these are those gears that I noted earlier. Or these, by these I mean there's the other one back there. And there doesn't seem to be any way to interact with them, and like I said before, they don't even seem to be able to interact with each other. So yeah, I don't really know what to do with any of this. So I'm gonna go back this way because that's really the only place to go at the moment. Yeah, let's look at this circle building now. To me it looks like it's some Greek or Roman architecture. But since I'm unsure, now one of you is going to be like, no, it's the Danish, Austrian, Australian, Texan, Pakistani style blend used in the 60s. Yeah, I doubt it. Shut up. Anyway, well, here's one thing we can agree on. This is marker switch number 3. Assuming I haven't lost count. Oh, and we've made the full transition into night. I think that's full night, except the sky's only purple. Why are the stars all blinking out like that? At least the sun doesn't do that. Anyway, back to this building. There's a big medallion on the door. And it features some tall guy and some fat guy. And they're both holding a sword by the blade. Looks like it's gotten mysterious over here again. Maybe it clues us in on the real origin of the architecture. I don't know. Let's just go in here. It's a dentist office. That's not really what I was expecting. Also not really sure how I feel about this. Well, at least there's no actual dentist in here. Dare I sit in this chair? Alright, I guess. Ooh, that's some nice leather padding. What is this? Okay, Jan 12 o'clock a.m. Alright. And some viewer here, and some buttons, and... Oh, it's a calendar. Which I could set it to today. I don't know what this is. Hold on a second. What exactly are we viewing here? I mean, look, you see some dots here, which if I'm reclining in a chair, I should be looking straight up. But there's nothing there. I don't get it. Well, this place was dumb. Oh well. Oh wait, there's a button here. It turns out the lights. So? Oh, I get it now. This is a planetarium! Of course, you have to question how realistic this is. I mean, the stars are blinking out like they should be, but the sky is black, which is not realistic, right? Whatever, let's get back in that chair. What? Get in there. I think I right-clicked. Okay, so yeah, back to setting today's date. Actually, what is this? Oh, wait. Yeah, it's 4 digits, it's the year. Alright, what time is it? Yeah, I'm an insomniac. Don't judge me. So I guess what this means is that at this very moment, in some place in some universe, if someone looked straight up, that these would be the stars that they would see. Wait a minute, they're not blinking in and out anymore. Maybe we're frozen in time thanks to this clock, which means that it's a genuine time machine. Okay, I'm getting carried away here. Alright, let's put in another date. I know it's ultimately going to show just a bunch of white dots on a black background, but they're the same dots that have mystified man for centuries. Who knows their birth minute? Besides me, that is. Okay, so that's my birthday constellation. Which, I actually recognize that. That was the first pattern I saw in year 1, while the lights were still turned on. And I'm glad the counter doesn't start at year 0. I'm sure no other version of the game made that mistake. Well, maybe some other universe somewhere has a year 0. Can't rule it out. Alright, on to the next building. This one also has some architecture that I don't know what it is. It looks Greek to me, but again, who knows. But you know what? I don't see a marker switch here. So apparently this building isn't important, so let's move on. Oh yeah, here we go. A space rocket. Yes, let's go in the space rocket. Open the door. What? Come on. Open it, you stupid piece of garbage. I want to go flying off that way. Well, maybe not. It'd probably not get very far. Actually, it'd be hilarious. You just launch off and hit the water over there somewhere. Even so, I want in this thing if maybe someone's trapped inside or something. Could make a daring rescue. Actually, it'd probably be too late for them, wouldn't it? Let's not think about that. Here's a 4th marker switch. Yes, 4. That's a lot. No, it isn't. Okay, now this part of the island features these pillars with these images on them, which this one is some kind of bird, which, what is that? It's like a ostrich, or no, flamingo. No, it's a swan. No, I don't know what it is. I hate being stupid. I just know it changes colors when I click on it. I don't know what that is either. But what's in the middle here? Oh, it's another pool with another ship. It's a smaller ship, but it's still a ship. So, but we can't do anything with it. I would rather pick it up. I mean, it looks like it's in pretty good shape. Well, it doesn't float, but whatever. Here's the next marker switch. So that's number 5. And oh, another one, 6. Sweet. This one seems to be associated with this shack. Kind of reminds me of the one in my backyard. Well, except mine's not made out of brick. It also doesn't have a tunnel that leads underground. This is kind of cool. It also doesn't have this door in the back with a button beside it. Does it turn out the lights? Okay. And some machines back there that can't actually get to. But we can control them here. What do these do? Okay, 7. That's a number. A 10. And a 17. Okay, let's push more buttons. Yeah, I don't know what what this is doing here. Seems kind of redundant to have 2 dials that both say the same thing. What is this? It says power. Oh, power, nice! How can you go wrong with power? More. Come on, bring it up. What? I didn't do it. Crap. Well, I didn't break this one, so I guess I can max it out. 99! Wait, hold on a second. This broke long before it got to 88. See? It's set to 88 in the picture. That's false advertising. Is this even the right model number for this? Anyway, what? Right. Focus. What is all this? The left one is power, and the right one says power to ship. Okay, I guess that would make sense, that if that's the thing that's actually getting the power, then you can only send a certain amount over there. I wonder what the cutoff value is, or if that's even important. Let's see, generator switches, 1, 2, 3, no, that's not right. These were a lot bigger. Yeah, this was 10, and this was 7, and this was, what, 8? Did I add that up right? 8? Yeah. And this is, who cares? Yeah, I'm gonna shut all this down. Come on! Yeah, 1 through 10 would just add up to 55, not 99. Alright, I'm just gonna wait about 10 seconds and reboot. No! It won't even go up to 1. That's such a stupid. Ah, oh well. I quit. I broke it. If you can't progress, you might as well regress. Okay, so now we know this is a generator. And here's the wire. And the power goes over to the spaceship. And that's actually rather predictable. Well, if you look at the power lines, you can see that they've got these ladders on them. So maybe that'll help us fix the problem I just created. That didn't seem to do much. Well, this is not nearly as much fun as a marker switch, because it won't actually stay in place. But more importantly, I don't know if that actually did anything. But I think there was another line over here. Yeah, so let's flip both switches just in case you have to actually flip them both, or even if you only have to flip one, you gotta make sure you flip the right one. Aha! Yeah, there we go. That sounds better. So now that it's made that noise, I'm much more confident that it's in operation again. Though I guess I can't know that for sure unless I actually went down there and checked it again. Nah, that's too much work. Okay, so these paths, what are these? It's kind of a weird path that goes through the marker switch. This path leads to another shack. Plus marker switch number 7. Actually, this shack looks more like the one in my backyard. Except mine's not made out of wood either. So, what's in this place? A window. No, that's just a picture of a window. And then there's this water heater boiler thing. And a steering wheel. Do I hear something leaking now? Let's get rid of that wind noise. There we go. And actually now it kind of sounds like it's raining outside. And I'm all cozy and dry and safe in here. Except I still hear that gas leak. I guess I'm turning it the wrong direction. Just making sure there is a leak. Kind of funny how far back I'm able to stand while turning it here. But still no pressure. Yeah, if this is a boiler, then there needs to be some kind of flame under here before you can actually mount any pressure. So all this is doing at the moment is just making an infernal noise and not much else. So, I'm gonna turn it off. Which is gonna take a while now because I spent way too long turning it on. There it goes. Okay, good. Now the picture here shows a tree surrounded by bricks. Poor tree. Ooh, and a safe. Awesome. Apparently 0 is not the right combination. Sparta! No? Help me! Nope. Well, those are all my safe combinations. Or, no, I mean, not my... Oh, damn it, now everybody knows. Whatever, let's get out of here. And it's back to daytime once again. Oh, there's the sun right there. Can even see it moving slightly. Just barely. Hold on. Let's give it some background here. Come on. Yeah, you can see it moving, just ever rising so slowly. Just shows how much time I'm wasting. Oh, here's the poor tree that's trapped in this brick encasing. Why would they do such a thing to this poor tree? Oh wow, probably because it's grown out of control. Look at this. It just towers above all the other trees. These are dwarves compared to this behemoth. Actually, come to think of it, I think I saw this tree cage from the back side at the very beginning. Well, I don't see anything to actually do with the tree. I guess it's another one of those mysterious things again. You know, I told myself before I started recording this not to use that terrible pun. I mean, it's just so obvious and it doesn't contribute anything. But this is the third time I've done that, so I'm sorry. So anyway, these two paths converge at the far south or west or north or east corner of this island. Which... well, I guess if the sun rose from over there, then that would be east, so this would be south. So at the south end of the island, we find a clock tower, which says it's midnight, which is a lie. Okay. See if we can go over there. Nope. That's no surprise. Doesn't seem too far away, but, yeah, the game's not gonna let us swim across. Yeah, that would be too easy, right? To actually have some swimming skills. At least this isn't like those harsh games where you die as soon as you touch the water. So this is actually nice of them just to put an invisible barrier here instead. What does that do? Oh, it controls the clock. It now says 1 o'clock. So it controls the little hand. That makes sense, because it's the little wheel. Let's see if I can get a better view of this. And how far away? I could turn the other red wheel from standing farther back. Oh, look at this. Aha, so now I can actually see it while I turn it. And this is gonna turn the minute hand. And then we got this button here. That doesn't do anything. It probably mitigates the water problem somehow, right? I guess it could build us a bridge, maybe? Or perhaps it could even move the... it could move the tower closer to us. So it'd just be right there. And, what else? Oh, right, of course, the marker switch. Well, that does set up an interesting question, doesn't it? Because if you remember the wording in the letter itself, it said to enter the number of marker switches on this island. And technically that marker switch isn't on this island, right? Maybe I'm just being too nitpicky about this. And besides, it's not that hard to try both numbers anyway. Actually, we could have just put 1, 2, 3, 4, and so forth straight into the imager without actually going through the trouble of counting all these up. But I'm glad we did explore the island. One thing I noticed is that a lot of these marker switch locations seem to be related to each other. Like the clock tower here has this gear underneath it. It certainly rings a bell. There was also a model ship of the real ship, and a generator connected to the spaceship. So I guess the planetarium could be connected to the tree. Whatever, I don't know. It's obvious we're not supposed to figure any of this out yet, because we don't know any codes. The only important thing right now is knowing the number of marker switches, which I don't know that either. Oh hey, let's try to open this while I'm standing on it. Whee! Haha! What? Why was this still on? Why was it doing that? I don't know. So let's... Let's try 7 first, I guess. Just because it's fewer buttons to press. Nope. So it must be 8. Not really surprised. What? Don't glitch at me like that. Alright, so this better do something or we'll be totally stuck.
Catherine, my love, I have to leave quickly. Something terrible has happened. It's hard for me to believe. Most of my books have been destroyed. Catherine, it's one of our sons. I suspect Agonal, but I shouldn't leap to conclusions. I'll find him and Cirrus as well. Oh, I should have known better than to have left my library unchecked for so long. Well, I've removed the remaining undamaged books from the library and placed them in their places of protection. You shouldn't have to use the books until I return, but if you've forgotten the access keys, remember the tower rotation. Oh, and don't worry, Catherine. Everything will be fine. I'll see you shortly. Oh, and erase this message after you've viewed it, just to be safe.
Okay, so it looks like we finally have some idea of what might be going on here. Though I have to say, what we do know about the plot doesn't look so rosy. Apparently we're dealing with an unusually dysfunctional family. Well, at the very least, the parents' child raising skills seem to be lacking. So the father here, Atrus, is telling his wife Catherine that most of his books have been destroyed. Well, if those books are anything like the book we used to get here, I can see why he'd be bummed out about this. And even though Atrus doesn't conclusively know who it was, he seems pretty confident it was one of his sons, either Cirrus or Achenar. Well, that's probably because there's nobody else here. You know what, let's play it again. I don't know, to goof off.
Catherine, my love, I have to leave quickly.
It's a good thing we're not forced to listen to him. We can just kind of wander around and not really pay attention to him.
Catherine is one of our sons.
In fact, we can even go over here and score seats in the Opera House. There's always friendly company up here.
I like that last number.
What did you like about it?
It was the last number.
Oh!
They don't care for most things. Anyway, shut up. Oh yeah, he said something about being able to erase the message, right? Let's see if that's possible. Not that we have much of an interface here. I guess, The only thing I know to do would be to spam the button here. That's the same as it was before. Maybe I just did it wrong. Let's try it again. Ooh. Aha. Did that do it? Let's see. Nothing. Nothing at all. So we never have to see Atrus's fat face again. Hey, what happened to the music? Alright, so where are we off to now? Or, I seem to have gotten stuck on this ledge here. Yeah, so it seemed that all the locations we visited fell into one of two different categories. Either they were all like this, where you have some large structure that doesn't allow us to interact with it in any way, or it was something like this, where there was a console of some sort, and while we were allowed to play with the buttons, it seemed to require some kind of special secret code, and we don't know any special secret codes. So there must be something I'm missing here. Oh, it looks like we can actually walk behind the planetarium. And yeah, I noticed this rather imposing mountain earlier. And aside from the fact it seems to have a metal room sticking out of the top, it otherwise appears to fit neatly into the dormant structure category. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about this other building over here. That must be the key to this whole thing. Remember earlier I speculated that this building wasn't important because it didn't have a marker switch in front of it. But, come to think of it, this building actually made a cameo appearance in Treehouse of Horror 6. I can't imagine such a flattering tribute referencing something of no importance. Let's see what's going on in there. Well, there's a bookshelf here. I don't want to read books, that's boring. What else is in here? I see pictures and more books and more pictures and doorways and too many books and... was that a fireplace? Oops. Come here. Okay, so now I'm disoriented. So, let's go back the other way. Yeah, there's the bookshelf again. Can we actually do anything with these pictures? Ah! Okay, no. What about the fireplace? Can we do anything with that? Well, when I see a fireplace, my first instinct is not to crawl inside of it. But hey, there's a little button over here. Oh, of course. It's another one of those button next to the door things. Clicky, clicky. Draggy, draggy. You know what? I don't need this. We already have too many consoles and puzzles and whatever else that we don't know the codes for. I don't need more questions. I need answers. Hopefully I'm just really, really, really lucky here. Nope. I was probably off by 1 or 2. I guess I'll go ahead and look at one of these books here. Just a single book isn't as intimidating as a whole bookshelf. Or yet another puzzle console. Anyway, this shelf has not only a pink book on it, but a pink piece of paper right next to it. Let's first see what's in the book. Apparently we don't get very good reception in here. And we're also stuck in a loop. Okay. And then next to that is this pink piece of paper, which, if you look at it really closely, you can see some scribbling on it. In fact, it looks like somebody's a big fan of Lord of the Rings. Or of dreidels. Anyway, my hand, mouse, cursor, pointer thing is open while it's hovering over the page, so... yeah, actually I have inventory now. So I guess I'm supposed to put the pink page into the pink book. Just like square pegs go into square holes. Kinda obvious, really. But you may have noticed that there's a similar situation on the other side of the room, with a blue book as well as a blue piece of paper. So this would basically be the same story. Which, I notice I don't actually see my pink page in hand when I'm hovering over the blue book. So I guess you can't actually try crisscrossing the pages. Nope. Yeah, this is fairly expected. And it's also fairly dull. But I can take this other piece of paper too. Well, that was weird. Wait a minute. The blue page seems to have replaced my pink page. Where did my pink page go? It's back over where it started. Well, this has insufficient explanation. How in the world is it doing that? Let's see if I can catch it. Oh, wow. That was too fast for me. Okay, well, I won't mess with that anymore. Let's go ahead and put this in here like I think I'm supposed to do.
Bring me a red. I can't see. You red page, you must. Bring. Shh. I see it. Give it up. There is one thing I'm going to rescue.
Yeah, I couldn't really understand him either. I heard, "Who are you? Bring me your red pages," as if I have any more red pages. "I can't see you." Then it was a whole bunch of gibberish until he said, "I am serious?" Well, actually, if you recall, Atrus said his two sons are named Cirrus and Achenar, so maybe this is Cirrus. Then it was more gibberish until he said, "There is one thing I came to rescue." Doesn't make any sense. Maybe he said, "It's a good thing you came to rescue." I don't know. All I get from this is he wants more pages, which is understandable since the first one seemed to do him a marginal amount of good. Alright, let's see what happens when we do the same thing with the blue page and the blue book.
Serious? Are you? See you. Nah. Help me. Bring blue pages. Never and ever. Pages. I must have the blue page. Give them to me.
Okay, this time I heard, "Cirrus, is that you? Are you? Cis Canar? Help me, I bring me blue pages, never happen pages. I must have the blue pages." Okay, yeah, we get it. This is Atrus's other son, Achenar, and naturally he's asking for more blue pages, as they would benefit him just like pink pages, or red pages, do for Cirrus. Gotta say though, this guy seems to have a few screws loose. Anyway, since I don't see any more pages in here, I assume we're gonna have to work considerably harder to find any more. But let's not forget that Atrus said in his message that these are the two prime suspects in that book burning scandal. So I don't know whether it would be a good idea to help these guys out. Then again, helping whoever's innocent would be a noble cause. And besides, this request to bring pages is the first mission statement of any kind we've encountered anywhere thus far. Kind of a nice change from the constant puzzle barriers. So, I think we should cling to it. After all, there's really nothing else to do. Well, I guess we can look around here some more. What else is left? Do I dare touch another pretty picture? Aha! Oh, look at that! There's a secret passageway behind the books! And the... stop it. The picture matches the real thing now. Maybe that's why that didn't work before, because it was already matching. So, what's back here? We have a small chamber here, with a large structure prominently displayed in the center of it. Kind of like with the imager in the forechamber. Oh hey, this is actually, we're inside that mountain that we saw from outside. So I guess that means this elevator should take us to that little room we saw at the top. Stop doing that! Oh, you gotta close the door? No way. Wow, that's lame. You have to manually close the door to the elevator? What kind of design is that? Alright, so, where it says library here, it now says tower. So we get to explore that little upstairs room now. First thing we see is a ladder with a plaque of a book behind it. And up this ladder are 2 metal beams against a wall. And not much else. Well, I guess we get kind of a nice view of this tower, which looks a lot bigger from inside. But it's still overall not very interesting. Back here is another ladder with a key plaque behind it. And up this ladder are 2 more metal beams. But these beams are farther apart than the other beams. Ooh. This sucks. Okay then. Guess we'll go back downstairs. I don't feel like staring at metal walls all day. I don't know how this could possibly be more disappointing than it was. Damn it. You see, the door opens automatically when you land. Why can't it close automatically when you push the button? I don't understand. Oh no! Let me out, Billy! Open the door, Billy! Okay, now we're trapped. Is there anything else in here? Seems like we already looked at everything in here. Oh wait, no we didn't. There was this map over here. Okay, so it looks like we have an overhead map of Myst Island that highlights all the important landmarks. Oh, wait, actually the clock tower is missing here. Why is that? Oh, you know what? Remember how when we went around the island we were flipping all the marker switches up? We must have been turning all their respective images on the map here on. So the clock tower one is still down, so that's why we're not seeing it here. Also, the library gets to be lit up even without a marker switch. And of course, there is this flashing red thing where the tower is supposed to be. And, well, I don't know how I'm grabbing the map exactly, but it says tower rotation at the bottom of the screen. The electronic map screen. And the rotation is pausing at 4 different spots. It stops when it points at the big tree, the spaceship, the large gears, and either the planetarium or the docks. It's kind of ambiguous, really. Anyway, this noise is getting on my nerves, so I'll just stop it on one of these. I assume it won't matter which one I try first. Okay, I guess it wasn't kidding. Sounded like the tower could have actually been rotating there. Anyway, you may recall that Atrus said in his message that if you've forgotten the access keys, remember the tower rotation. So perhaps this tower rotation is the way you specify which access key you're looking for. Which means there just might be something different in the tower now. I mean, just maybe. Considering before it was just kind of pointing out into nowhere. Nope. There we go. I'll play the game by your rules. The tower better be different now, or else this whole place is useless. Oh hey, look, we're rotating. Ooh, music is playing. That should be good. So what's up here now? It's a window. And it confirms that the tower is pointing toward those large gears. Just as I set it up in the library. Now the ladder leading up here showed a picture of a book, right? And Atrus said he put the undamaged books in their places of protection. So the gears here might be one of those places. Currently holding one, or at least one, of these undamaged books. In fact, all those locations around the island that I previously categorized simply as large structures we can't seem to do anything with right now might be the other places of protection. More importantly though, Atrus also said the tower rotation is supposed to give us the access keys to these places. So it makes sense if those were found up the key ladder, right? I hope so anyway. Okay. Looks like the back of the tower is pointing at this plaque now. So if I understand this, our access key is 2:40, 2:2:1. Obviously there's no way to enter codes of any sort on the large gears themselves. But remember when I said earlier how different locations on Myst Island seem to be associated with one another? Well, that clock tower had that gear at the base of it. And of course, 2:40 is a time. However, I'm not sure what to do with that 2:2:1 thing. Sounds like it might go in the safe, but the tower rotation also stopped when pointing at the cabin directly. So I suspect that has a different combination. So I guess we'll just kind of hang on to that half of the information. I don't mind finding a key without a lock, after finding so many locks without keys. Come to think of it, if the tower rotation map points at the places of protection, then that one I couldn't figure out was probably pointing at the docks, not the planetarium.
Damn it, Billy, open this door!
Oh wait, I know what it is. I forgot about that other picture on the wall, now that it doesn't match reality anymore. See, the exit closed when I opened the bookshelf. I guess this is how he keeps the kids out of the tower. There we go. So that closes and that opens. So we're only allowed to have one open at a time. That's fair. Because I only need to pass through one at a time. Duh. You know, before we actually go out there and put in the access key, we should probably go ahead and take a look at this bookshelf. I've been unfair to the bookshelf. On closer inspection though, these books don't look so great. Yeah, look at this. In fact, I'd say this book looks a little pixelated. So these must be the books Atrus talked about in his message. Turns out they were in fact destroyed by fire, as I speculated earlier. Doesn't look like all these are burned though, just most of them. So whoever did this didn't burn the shelf, obviously, but when they were finished, they carefully arranged the books back on the shelf. Huh. Well, I guess you got nothing else to do if you're stuck on this island. Forever. Anyway, yeah, most were destroyed, but a handful of these still look in decent shape. But I thought he said he hid the remaining books. It'd be funny if he actually forgot to do that. Oh, hey, look at this one down here. It's got a little gear on the spine. Wonder if it's related to our recent efforts. It's a journal. Well, I don't feel like reading it all out loud, so I'll just flip through the pages here and give you the opportunity to pause and read if you so wish. Well, I guess I could arrange a way to read this later, in case you prefer to hear the smooth sound of my voice. But not now. Okay, so that's the last page. So if this journal is related to the other gears we've been seeing, then we must be looking for this mechanical age it talked about. Oh yeah. We can actually put this in one back here, remember? That's right. Oh wait, let's see how far back I can do this. This is a joke. You know what, let's see if I can do it all the way from back here. All the way from this, this pool back here. Oh, that seems rather ambitious. Oh, did you hear that? I got it. Solid. If I go any further back, though, it's gonna disappear. You have to click the fingertips slightly above the wheel. Oh no, it passed it. I'm not even doing it anymore. Hey, stop it. Why is it still... No, quit it. Okay. Not gonna do that anymore. $240, right? So that should be it. Let's get a good view here. Just so long as it doesn't glitch up again. I still think it would have been easier just to swim across. Since you have to push the button to punch in the time, I guess I can mess this up and it won't affect the bridge. And I can finally turn this marker switch on, as well as go inside here. Of course, there's not very much space in here. I'm gonna shut the door. Get rid of those noises. And now I can feel cozy again. And this time without the gas leak. Actually, now I just feel claustrophobic. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at this contraption that dominates this tiny room. That didn't do anything. And these each turn 2 of those number gears. Also, this little weight thing dropped, just ever so slightly. Anyway, each of these levers moves 2 of the gears, and the 3 numbers here strongly suggest this is where that 2-2-1 pattern goes, right? They should just count this on the side. Anyway, if you add the top and bottom numbers, you always get the middle one, if you wrap 4 back around a 1. And that doesn't change. It's an invariant since the middle gear always moves along with one of the others. You can't make 2-2-1 with that. Oh, I didn't realize I could do this. So all I gotta do is just hold this. Oh! Holding it down really sped up the weight, too. So, maybe this? Okay, this time I know what's going on here, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Okay, so that's right, so just get the bottom two right. Ooh, look at that. I didn't really notice this gear down here before. I guess it just blended in with the others. But now that I'm looking at it, it's set up vertically so that only the top half of it is visible. Just like that big waste of industrial material on the other side of the island, right? Well, if it is a match, then I'm gonna assume the one outside is also missing a big chunk. Should probably stop staring at the model and get a move on, huh? Honestly, I'm kind of disappointed with this ceiling here. It exists. If it didn't, then we could see the inner clock workings all the way to the top. Even better, imagine a spiral staircase leading all the way up there. Though I guess it'd be kind of cramped. Oh, you know what? I'm actually gonna turn this marker switch off again. I think I'm gonna do that every time I solve one of these places, just to track my progress. I can just cut through here. And what is this? Got a little grave or a memorial or something that says Tiana. I don't know who that is because I don't know their family history. And look at that. I suppose, or at least I hope, that there are no extra puzzles here, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn this one off too. Still can't get to the gear in the back for some reason. Oh, it's right here. I suppose this is the book to the mechanical age. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a label on it. Yeah, that looks pretty mechanical. So, Atrus did in fact put these books back in their fitting places of protection. Which implies the culprit just so happened to burn all the books, except the ones that already had places of protection in the first place. Despite the fact these books weren't in their places of protection at the time. This also implies the culprit, who don't forget is supposed to be one of Atrus' sons, never figured out how to get into any of these places. And Atrus was confident enough he never would. Whatever, it's bizarre, but I'll just accept it. This flyby has already looped around several times, so I guess we'll go ahead and go. See you on the other side.